So for my cube side 6, I chose to cover vitiligo. So vitiligo is a skin condition where as the skin begins to lose its color, this happens in patches around the body. It can happen in your mouth, in your nose. It typically will happen on both sides of it, and it happens all over the body. It occurs when your skin's melanocytes are attacked, as you can see here. They are attacked and they are destroyed, so they no longer are creating melanin, and so your skin is no longer pigmented, so it begins to lose its color. This is more clearly seen on people with a darker complexion than lighter complexion, because obviously people with lighter complexion, if your skin becomes very pale white, it's not as easily seen as people with a darker complexion. So that means people with darker complexion will face the consequences more, because while vitiligo does not have any direct adverse consequences on you. It just discolors your skin. It doesn't do anything else, doesn't harm you. It's mainly psychological, and it makes people very self-conscious. And so obviously, if you're a darker complexion and you have vitiligo and you have patches of white, it's going to be very well shown and everyone's going to see it. And it's been shown in history that people with vitiligo are often ostracized from society, and so severe psychological consequences follow that. Scientists aren't particularly sure why vitiligo occurs. However, they suspect nowadays that it is genetic susceptibility that is triggered by an environmental factor, which then causes an autoimmune disorder where the body attacks its own melanocytes. And autoimmune disorder would be something where the body attacks its own tissue and its own cells because it mistakenly identifies them as like cancerous or dangerous to the body. However, they're not. And vitiligo is honestly one of the better autoimmune disorders. I mean, I'm obviously not going to talk about them, but there are some really bad autoimmune disorders out there, and vitiligo is definitely not the worst of them. However, it can also be caused by changes in the immune system, they believe, so also sort of autoimmune in a way. So there's no cure for vitiligo. However, there are many ways to mitigate the effects. Obviously, if you're in early stage vitiligo or if you're of lighter complexion, cosmetics is a good way to cover it up because you just apply some makeup. Obviously, it might be a bit harder than that and it takes a lot of practice, but cosmetics are a good way to do it. A common medicine that's prescribed is corticosteroid. 45% who use it will gain some skin color back after 4 to 6 months. It's least effective on the hands and feet, and there are some side effects, but you just have to watch out for those, and doctors will be watching you. There's 2 light treatments. There's just light treatment where you would sit in a light box, and there's some side effects to it. You wouldn't want to use it on the face as much because of these side effects, and yeah. And then another more dangerous kind of light treatment is PUVA light. It uses ultraviolet light, specifically UVA light, and as I've shown in previous videos, UVA light is very dangerous. So doctors who are using it on you would be very specific on looking for the side effects for it because they don't want you to have to suffer from skin cancer along with vitiligo because they use UVA. This is more effective on the face than light treatment is. So, and then finally, you have surgery or skin grafts where doctors would take skin layers and where there's color from your own body, cut it off, move it to the place in your body where there is no color. So let's say on the back of my hand, they would take it from right here, move it up here, and it would have color again. Obviously, it's not perfect, but often it is enough. Yep, that's vitiligo. That is CubeSide 6. Next up will be, I'll click acne.